DSP, Disposable Sanitary Pad. You must have seen me on TV. I come every day on it. You know, I'm quite famous. The women prefer me.
Because they don't know your real intentions.
Excuse me?
Cloth pad, you're right. You harm her, you maligned her reputation by false claims and came up. You played cheap.
Don't speak over me. Have some respect. You don't introduce yourself. You just shout. Ill mannered. And Clothy, you don't even say. Women chose me over you. They left you by choice all those years ago and befriended me. I am hygienic. You are dirty. Simple. Why would they have given up on you had you been good?
There was a rise for disposable sanitary napkins because back then hygiene was really low. So because of a lot of taboos, औरतें ये बिलीव करती थी कि जो भी गंदा कपड़ा है घर में जो प्रॉबली वो पोछे से भी रिजेक्ट हो गया होगा तो उस कपड़े को ये लोग फोल्ड करके यूज़ करते थे. तो ऑब्वियसली वो कपड़ा ऑलरेडी एक ब्रीडिंग ग्राउंड हो गया है काफ़ी सारे बैक्टीरियाज के लिए एंड क्लॉथ पैड्स वर कॉजिंग अ लॉट ऑफ हाइजीन प्रॉब्लम्स एंड आप इतने प्राइवेट एरिया में रख रहे हो विच हैज़ एन ओपनिंग जो आपके बॉडी के अंदर जा सकता है बैक्टीरियाज. तो देयर वाज अ ह्यूज नंबर ऑफ इंक्रीज इन hygiene problems due to cloth pads and a lot of companies started investing on understanding menstrual products. So Johnson's and Johnson's was the first company जिन्होंने pad introduce किया था because this company was anyway good at absorbing blood.
But when you're using a pad, remember the pad is made of 3 different layers. The first layer is in direct touch or contact with the skin surface. The second layer is the absorbent material, the gel or the foam by some companies which they come up with, which actually is in indirect contact with the skin of the woman. And the third, the outermost layer, which is actually going to be in contact with the panty. Either it is having an adhesive coat or which is a non-absorbent material which prevents the soilage of the dress of a woman, is the outermost coat or which goes towards the panty. Now, the material and the chemicals used for each of these 3 layers decides how it is going to impact the woman.
तो usually sanitary napkins में wood pulp use किया जाता है जो after processing it becomes equivalent to cotton. So it has high absorbency power and that is used in the sanitary napkin. लेकिन औरतें they are so everything that is white in color is associated to hygiene and being fresh. So obviously wood pulp which has a color of off-white or brownish color, women are not very comfortable using products of this color as feminine hygiene. तो इसे फिर bleach किया जाता है क्लोरीन में and bleach करने के बाद इसमें एक product रह जाता है which is called dioxin. तो now the pulp उसको bleach करने के बाद उसमें dioxin जो रहता है that is one of the like most important ingredient that leads to cancer. It's a carcinogenic product. Now if you see there's a lot of chemicals and inorganic things that goes into making of sanitary napkins which absolutely becomes very dangerous for the lady who purchases it and after she uses it, it goes into a dumping ground. It is supposed to be treated as medical waste because उसमें human blood लगा है लेकिन उसे medical waste में consider नहीं किया जाता है because it is very common we see sanitary napkins, diapers lying on the road, animals are nibbling on them or maybe नाला में पड़ा है, it clogs the manhole.
Now here is the role for a little more regulation, strict control over what material or what process is being used so that the woman is safe. And that is where the regulatory authorities, whether it is the WHO, whether it is the local FDAs or so many more authorities, depending on which area or which country you belong to, they govern the regulations for this so that A, it is not toxic, B, the chemicals used is safe and doesn't cause any residual damage to the skin, and last but not the least is it should be something which cannot actually harm the environment.
Now, सबसे important लोग जिनको हम अनदेखा कर देते हैं, those are the sanitation workers, जिसे हम कचरा वाला या कचरा वाली कहते हैं. So first of all, they don't have dignity of labor. जिस काम के लिए उन्हें शायद उनका पेट पलता है, उसके लिए कभी इज्जत होती नहीं है. And the environment that they work in is not at all pleasant. So something that I must have used 10 years ago, it's still on this planet. Products that my mother used when she was menstruating, that is also somewhere on this planet. It's just that we don't know about it. Sanitary napkins take lots of years to degrade. In fact, वो completely degrade होता भी नहीं है because those are all inorganic components in it. Plastic की वजह से तो definitely नहीं होता है.
So, what part of the environment are you harming today, DSP?
Hey, why are you so cruel, girl?
Why is she so cruel? You should put that question to yourself, madam.
Hey again. Do I know you? Who are you? Who is she, Clothy?
From centuries and various different cultures, we have been using the cloth pads in various different ways, whether it is the material of a dhoti or a sari or a dupatta or a bed sheet or a towel or a napkin. I can go on and on and on. This has been used for years and years. And then there is a ritual to wash it and clean it and dry it. But unfortunately, for the social reasons, these products which are used are not properly washed, cleaned, and not actually dried, ideally in the sunlight which they're supposed to be, because their woman is too embarrassed to let people know that, that cloth exists. Forget about it being dried in the sun. So that is a big problem with our social culture and the social fabric that we live in. And hence, it is not appropriately cleaned. So that is a big challenge. Second thing is that the absorbent ability of these material are very poor. And also it leads to a lot of moisture and wetness in spite of it being used. Plus it easily moves when the woman walks. So her mobility is also affected if it is not appropriately made.
लेकिन अभी काफ़ी सारे companies हैं जो they are very responsible towards the environment. So they have invented, they have modified pads, in fact, cloth pads, which looks very similar to the disposable sanitary napkins. So it looks like this, which has wings so that you can secure it on the panty, which has metal buttons. So you just have to snap it like this, and then it is in the place for until you want to change it. So if I invest say maybe 1,000 to 2,000 rupees on 7 to 8 sanitary cloth pads, I can use it for 2 years or 3 years. So you see, for the next 3 years, I am not spending any money on any menstrual products.
But the infection part of it cannot be handled. And that is something, the hygiene and infection is something which comes in the way of these cloth products or cloth pads which are available.
तो आप किस तरह से धोते हो, किस तरह से dry करते हो, that is more important. Because if you do not dry it well, and if the lady uses it again, then there is high possibility that she may get some kind of problems with it.
Seen my new advertisement? I look pretty, right? And how do you ladies find my new perfume?
Do you know, DSP, that by using those perfumes, you're harming the body of women? Do you understand? Perfumes contain chemicals. You know what? You're not a health product. You are a chemical factory, a factory full of deadly chemicals.
Deadly? Hey, how many women have died using me? And don't you dare calling me that. Do you have any proof? Oh God, why am I even talking to you? You are jealous, ain't you? Both of you, you and your friend. Who is she, man?
I'm a menstrual cup.
The what?
A menstrual cup.
The next thing that we are worried about is whether the menstrual cup, which is the most popularly talked about product nowadays in these recent times, whether it is A, safe or not, B, how comfortable it is, or last but not the least, whether it is good from environmental perspective or not. Well, this cup actually holds true for all these criteria.
Menstrual cup was introduced before 1937. जो जिन्होंने पहले इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, इन्वेंट किया था कप, वो सब मेल्स थे, तो उनको फीमेल बॉडी के बारे में उनको उतना नॉलेज नहीं था कि फीमेल बॉडी वो चीज़ को एक्सेप्ट कर पाएगी या नहीं. एंड पहले जब मेंस्ट्रुअल कप बनते थे वो लेटेक्स रबर से बनते थे. So in 1937 a Hollywood actress लियोना चाल्मर उसने पेटेंट किया था उनका मेंस्ट्रुअल कप. वो टाइम पे भी वो जो था वो यूएस में इसलिए था बिकॉज वो टाइम पे भी फीमेल्स जो थे वो इतना ओपन अप नहीं थे कि वो कुछ प्रोडक्ट अपने बॉडी के अंदर इंसर्ट करें. ये रीज़न था. देन लेटर ऑन इन्वेंट होता गया, डेवलपमेंट्स आता गया, उसके बाद ये सिलिकॉन का प्रोडक्ट इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ. अगर आप आज भी देखोगे तो यहाँ पे भी एक टैबू ही है वो इंसर्ट करना है बॉडी के अंदर. तो जल्दी कोई अब भी कोई फीमेल जो मिडिल एज मॉम्स रहती है वो अलाउ नहीं करती. तो इट इज़ एट द एंड इट इज़ अ टैबू जो हमें हटाना है, उनको एक्सप्लेन करना है. दिस इज़ द बेस्ट सोल्यूशन. मेंस्ट्रुअल कप ये जो है ये सिलिकॉन से बना है. ये बॉडी के अंदर होता है, वजाइना के अंदर इसे इंसर्ट करना होता है. तो जो भी ब्लड आता है वो इसके अंदर रहता है एंड स्टेन लगने का चांसेस नहीं, नो रैशेस, इन्फेक्शंस भी नहीं.
What material is being used to manufacture is very important. If it is a locally made bad plastic or polymer, it is not a good idea. It is not really safe. So the commonly standard available from good companies is made of either silastic, which is medical grade, or it can be made of latex. The ones which are made of latex, if somebody has got allergy to that, it's a big mess. So you don't want to use that. But ones which are made of silastic, silicone. If it is made of silicone, medical grade, then it is extremely safe to be used.
सिलिकॉन काफ़ी टाइम तक चलता है. दैट्स वाई ये प्रोडक्ट थोड़ा एक्सपेंसिव होता है. नाउ व्हेन यू यूज इट फॉर अ स्पेसिफिक पीरियड ऑफ ईयर, अनलाइक सैनिटरी नैपकिन्स, व्हाट यू कुड डू इज यू कैन जस्ट डिग एंड पुट इट इन द ग्राउंड. वो डीके होके चला जाता है. और यू कुड इवन बर्न इट ऑफ बिकॉज ये ऐश में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. अनलाइक प्लास्टिक ये मेल्ट नहीं होता है, कम्प्लीटली ऐश में हो जाता है. बट इट इज़ ऑलवेज रिकमेंडेड दैट यू डिग इट अंडर द ग्राउंड एंड इन फ्यू मंथ्स इट विल डिग्रेड.
Yes. So what are the advantages of this cup? If appropriately chosen size, then it gives a lot of comfort to the woman because it doesn't have that over-absorbent mechanism, so the natural moisture is not lost as the problem with the tampon. Second, it gives a sense of privacy and it is not necessary for them to wear that. So a woman who's wearing a tight dress or where she's indulging in activities where she wants to use that kind of attire which she wants to not let people know, well, that is another thing that is safe and very, very, very private for them.
Menstrual cups, these range from 500 to 1000 rupees, but there are a lot of other foreign brands which are expensive, which goes up to 2000, 3000 rupees. But if you stick to Indian brands, you will get it from 500 to 1000 rupees. Now, like I said, surgical graded silicone cups last you up to 8 to 10 years. So for the next 10 years or maybe 8 years, I don't have to purchase any other product at all. So it becomes very economical, and plus I'm not creating waste as well. So I'm not impacting anybody else's life. I am responsible for my waste. I am bleeding without waste now if I switch to sustainable products.
तो इट इज़ नथिंग रिलेटेड टू वर्जिनिटी. वो जो हाइमन रहता है एक फीमेल के बॉडी में, वो एकदम पतला टिश्यू रहता है. अगर कोई फीमेल योगा परफॉर्म कर रही है, स्विमिंग कर रही है, वो एथलेटिक है, डांसर है, तो वो हाइमन ब्रेक होना ही है. तो इट इज़ नथिंग रिलेटेड टू वर्जिनिटी एंड दैट इज़ द मेन रीज़न कि वो ये प्रोडक्ट को इतना लाइमलाइट मिला नहीं है.
Now, what about this cup? What are the side effects or warnings or care that needs to be taken? Well, if it is not appropriate size, it will lead to leakage from the side, and there is actually no use then of using it. Third thing is that it may just slip from the place if it is not of a proper size, and that may lead to a problem. Fourth is when you remove it and when you want to empty it and clean it, then there is a problem of privacy there. Because suppose if you do it in a public toilet, okay, so you need to wash the cup. Where will you wash it? So it becomes a little tricky to remove it and wash it. So the common suggestion is that you may use, you may choose to do it in the toilet, and then you can wash it with water or carry some water with you to wash it, and you can use tissue paper to clean it after that. So all these small things that need to be taken care. So a menstrual cup requires a learning curve, unlike a sanitary napkin. And if you don't understand how to use it and how to take care of it, then it may be a big mess and it may be something which you're not happy with. But mind you, when it comes to environmental perspective, where the amount of disposable sanitary napkins may cause problem to the environment at large, that issue is actually taken care by a menstrual cup. But at the same time, you need to know how to use it.
सैनिटरी नैपकिन्स के अलावा भी कुछ चीज़ें जो यूज़ कर सकते हैं मेंस्ट्रुएशन के वक्त, तो वो मेडिकल में अवेलेबल है, जैसे क्लॉथ पैड्स और मेंस्ट्रुअल कप। क्लॉथ पैड और मेंस्ट्रुअल कप भी अवेलेबल है।
आपको मेंस्ट्रुअल कप के बारे में पता है क्या?
मेंस्ट्रुअल कप के बारे में सुना है, लेकिन देखा नहीं कुछ कैसा होता है।
मेडिकल में अवेलेबल
नहीं आइडिया
नहीं,
उसका आपको उसके बारे में पता है?
नहीं, उसका नॉलेज नहीं है।
नॉलेज नहीं है,
वो नहीं पता। मेडिकल में नहीं,
मेडिकल में नहीं। आपको पता है मेंस्ट्रुअल कप्स के बारे में?
मेरे को सिलिकॉन आप बोला जरूर मालूम है।
और क्लॉथ पैड
आपको पता है? आपको मेंस्ट्रुअल कप के बारे में पता है क्या है?
पता है आपको मेंस्ट्रुअल कप के बारे में?